Hi everyone. I'm just trying to figure out how I can like have the see the chat box and everything. Hi Gordon Lover 4. Okay. I think I'm all situated now. Yeah, it is a good idea. It's not something I would recommend starting with because you kind of have to have a pretty solid idea of what they already look like, you know? Um, but it is something that you want to do eventually, you know? So, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't recommend starting with it. Yeah, I've broken it all down because I'm gonna have different like sections of layers. As I found out, they all have a ton of layers, not just Gordon. But I think Gordon was the most complicated. Yeah. A little bit. So just gonna have like a mask like that. I'm just gonna look up mask reference real quick. Yeah. Okay. I should really like know what this looks like without a reference because my mom's a veterinarian and I grew up watching her do surgeries and she has a mask and stuff. But you know, nothing wrong with making sure. Almost looks like a little bandana kind of thing. Yeah, it's a mask because he has asthma and you know driving a train, a steam train. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that could probably give him an asthma attack. So you know. I don't know. I've never seen sergeants wear masks, but it is kind of like one of the fashion masks that are kind of popular in Japan. I think maybe China too. I know they are popular in kind of like East Asia, but yeah, they're like fashion masks. This isn't a fashion mask. This is an actual mask. I'm not sure how I feel about it being used for fashion. Just makes me think that there's some, you know, it looks like there's something wrong with you because why would you need a mask if there's not something wrong? You know, it's kind of like it reminds me of like people who like there, you know, like when I guess when there was the hipster trend and people would wear glasses when they don't need glasses. That reminds me of that. Oh, oh yeah, surgeons. Okay, yeah, yeah. It's like what surgeons wears. Oh, yeah. Got it. Okay. I have notes all around my desk about what I need to do for him. Yeah, okay. I think this is fine. That's okay. Little bee! Hello! Oh, you want to join the stream? Come here. Hey, Solomon. I think this is... I've gone and forgot already. Okay. Oh, it just goes behind the ears. Gotcha. That's handy. Or I could just like... It's funny, we joke that Little Bit likes to game because she likes to climb on like Laura's. We likes to climb on our laptops when we're playing a game. So, you know, maybe she should just start her own channel. Yeah. I don't know if I should like read the messages before I reply to them. I know a lot of streamers do that, so I guess so you know like what you're replying to, but I don't know. I don't feel like it feels like a popular person thing to do. I'm just like, "Oh, hey guys." That should not go over there. I'll just... If I could, I'd just see like... I just have it pop up on like the stream automatically, but I don't think I can do that yet. Yes, he has back hair. He's hairy. Hairy man. Oh, okay, this is funny. We actually already have a voice. Me and Laura have talked about what Little Bit's voice would be, and I can answer that question really quickly. Just a second. I don't know. I don't know what it says. Oh, you can like answer it really, really quickly, but yeah, there you go. Okay, let me. So that's like what we think she would sound like. I'll send a link. That's what she would sound like. Well, he's a hairy man. I don't know. I'm not sure how that could be taken out of context. He's hairy. Some of us are hairy. Oh, definitely Henry. I mean, Gordon doesn't have enough hair. I guess I could read it. Between Henry and Gordon, who would be able to pull off a man bun better? Definitely Henry, because he has more hair. In fact, I haven't drawn it here yet, but he does put his hair up like when he's working sometimes. Gordon just doesn't have the he doesn't have enough hair. Okay, that's okay. That's good enough for now. I'll come back to that. Maybe she'd have like a ton of long tenders, or God, if Rapunzel was a train, would she have a long body or something else super long? Maybe a really long tender, or like a really really long funnel. Mm. Wait, so Sleepy, when Gordon's engine basically blew up on the Great Race, did he have to go back? Did he have to back out of the race? Very funny. Very, very funny. Um, say that to Gordon in his IRL and see what happens. This doesn't need to make a mistake here. Surprised Dookie or someone else hasn't kind of made a joke about the name of this file. Maybe just haven't noticed. This wouldn't go. Have any of your AU humans ever played Five Nights at Freddy's? And would any of them play the new FNAF FNAF VR game? I got an ask for this a while ago that I'm still working on. But James and Thomas like to play scary games together to like freak out and stuff. So them. They're whips though, so they get scared really easily. Like me. Okay, let's see. I think that's all I needed to add for him before I can move on to coloring. Yeah. Oh, I'll draw him with his hair up. That's something I need. Yeah. When I say expand, I mean like I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Not that it matters, because it. Okay. Bidding! Don't worry, he's not bald. He has a very nice head of hair. How are y'all feeling about season 23? I'm not invested at this point. I'm just kind of waiting for all the episodes to come out. You know, hopefully they'll be. Honestly, yeah. I mean, there's some that are okay, but I'm just not invested at this point. Which I think can probably go for a lot of people. It's like it's still Thomas, so I'm still watching, but I'm just kind of like, oh well, that's something. I'm not like racing to find the new episodes like I have been for previous seasons. It's another season trying to juice the empty lemon. That is a good phrase. I've never heard that before. That is a good expression. Hi, Welshfire. Yeah, pretty much. The international episodes are cute and I love the characters, but I can't make myself invested unless it's Sodor, honestly. Yeah, pretty much. Although I did like, this is from the previous season, but I did like the India episodes. I really like those. I really like Rajiv. Ugh, neck. Why is this? Oh, this layer is white. Why is that one so much darker? I like how they're trying to reach a wider audience, but I still prefer the classic depictions of Thomas and Friends. I find Rebecca really sweet. Yeah, Rebecca's also really nice. I'm just glad they're giving the internationals more and more attention instead of having them be onesies instead of like what was already planned. I do like that. I do like if they're gonna have these international episodes and everything, I do like that they are revisiting these old characters instead of like coming up with even more characters. Because oh my god. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna have it go behind his ears. Because I've heard that like Ian McHugh doesn't really like Boko or doesn't see why like what the appeal is, so I don't get your hopes up. Laura's got me kind of like hooked on this Boko headcanon that like if he did come back, he'd have a Welsh accent. I don't really know why, but I don't know, just kind of fitting, kind of neat. Boko is mixed, I believe. Or in your AU, is Boko black, white, or mixed? He's mixed, I believe. I think I have to check. I think he's half Cuban, half white, but I'm not sure. I have to check. Well, wait a second. If we can't. If it's around his ears, I don't think he'd be able to just have it around his neck like that. Okay. Whatever. Oh, wait, no, go in his ear just like. It's not a big deal. I mutter to myself sometimes. I'm not sure you guys have noticed. Has James improved his baking? I still have that pic as my phone background. Yes, he has. Edward is teaching him. Give him a little earring. No. Okay, that's good enough for now. And let's have a mask. Just need the mask up here. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I think we might be ready to move on to color. Come on. How would Gordon Ramsay react to Gordon's fish pie? Probably the same way he reacts to a bunch of you know. I don't know enough quotes to quote him. I can just think of where's the lamb sauce? Okay. Oh, I forgot the stupid hat. I hate those things. Do I really? Yes, I guess I need to add it. Hmm. I hate those hats. Oh, I can't remember how I did Gordon's now. I need to get Gordon's reference back because I forgot how to do that. Oh, get out of here. All right. Yes, watching this while it thunderstorms out is peak Sleepy Henry culture. Yes, yes, it is. Okay, that's his head. That's his dome. That's Abby's hat. So I draw him as kind of like almost like a beanie looking thing first. It's just so I can like kind of get a basic shape down because I hate drawing these hats. But they're kind of a classic, so I can't just not do it. It's like a Russian hat, I think. I think that's what I'm thinking of. If Solomon's still here, he could tell me if it's a Russian hat. Finally, you have 1K subs. Last I saw, ye had 384. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I don't really know like what to do, but I was like, oh hey, 1,000. It's kind of nice. Could Henry fit in a cupboard meant for plates? Not unless it was really big. Henry's kind of big. Like he's not as big as Gordon, but he's still pretty big lad. James probably could. God, stupid hats. I was like on a roll the other day. And now I just can't draw them for my life. It looks Russian, but it's not supposed to be Russian. It's just supposed to be a hat. There we go. A little better, I think. That thing. I said this in I said this in the. James has big hips, but he's still kind of small. Like he's only 5'7". I mean, if I can fit in a cupboard, and I've tried, I'm sure James could fit in a cupboard. Oh yeah, okay. I said that's in the video description, but I'm also open like to questions. I guess whether it be about my AU or life in general, like the secret to life. I don't know, just because I do enjoy drawing, but I do get bored sometimes because it can be tedious, which is why I'm streaming. How long does it take for Percy to put on a hat without it popping off? Well, if his hair's not tied back, takes a very long time, but he's recently gotten into the habit of tying his hair back, which makes it a lot easier to put on his hat. But if he tries without doing that, then it just, no. Don't the Tetris pieces have names? I think. I don't know. Tetris AU. Actually, I have thought about not a Tetris AU, but like the Just Dance Tetris song. I have thought about doing that with like James with the main 4 tender endings, you know. Does Henry and Gordon are still together? Yes, of course they are. Okay, looks not too bad. Let's turn off the top a little, and I think I might be okay. Yeah, looks pretty good actually. Yeah. Ugh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm being obnoxious. Then again, it's my stream, so if I want to be obnoxious, I mean, shut up. Oh my god. Okay, I have the same hair as person. I hate putting my hair up in hats. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Spill more Laura tea. I was screaming at the feather duster. Oh my god! Okay! Okay, I'll tell you guys about that. Okay, so we were going shopping earlier because she wanted a new bake tray because the one we have, I think it came with the flat and it's just kind of gross. And she's like, oh, we need a new bake tray because whenever she uses the oven, this flat always like stinks. So like, okay, get a new bake tray. And while we're in the store, we passed by like the toilet, kind of like, or I guess like plumbing section, and we see a plunger. And it's like, we've been trying to get a plunger for like since we moved in, and we've been here for like nearly 2 years now. Trying to get a plunger since we moved in, but we just like haven't been able to find one in stores. I don't know if it's just England or if we're looking in the wrong place, but we haven't been able to find one that has a longer handle than like 2 inches, like that's not like a sink one. But we see one and we're like, oh cool, finally we can get a plunger. And then she picks it up and she goes, oh finally, now I can stop using the and I thought she was gonna say like the like empty spray cans or like this kind of other stuff we'd been using, like other kind of just garbage. But she goes and says, oh, we can stop using the handle of the feather duster. And I'm like, is that you're joking, right? And she's like, no. And lo and behold, apparently she'd been using the goddamn feather duster to unclog the toilet. And she didn't tell me, and I've been handling that and dusting around. She didn't tell me. Ugh. Honestly, disgusting. But she bought me lunch to make up for it, so. Yeah, no, I did a double take at that tweet. I did a double take at her when she said it. It was horrible. I've been using that. It's like, I don't even know. And I asked her like, well, did you clean it? And she's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, well, did you, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, well, I was kind of meaning to, but, and I'm just like, oh my god. I've been using a plunger. Like, I've been handling like that's so gross. But we have an actual plunger now. I don't think I'm going to use it anymore. I don't think I'm going to use the feather duster again, but you know. Imagine your face as Lauren Henry. Bill and Ben are Laura. It fits with Bill and Ben being Laura and Edward being me, and it also fits with James being Laura. And poor Edward is just constantly in my situation. Poor Edward. He's in this situation in multiple instances. Ugh. But there was a funny story that came out of it at least. Still disgusting though. And I got this hat done finally. It's probably one of the best hats I've ever drawn. I want to make that flat. Yeah, I want it to be flat. My dad says, "Hi, Henry." He remembers us sending you the trains. Hi, Foodie's dad. Thank you for the trains. Oh, yeah. Edward, he has an entire stock of disinfectant. He definitely does. That's just how he has to live. Between James and Bill and Ben. I can imagine them like they had like the toilet clogged or something, and then like the three of them around it like, how should we fix this? You know, should we go and get a plunger? And then like one of them is like, I have an idea, and they come up with a feather duster, and the other three are like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, and they just, God. Okay, now the question is that hat big enough? Yeah, that's fine. It's all good. I would love to animate the feather duster story, but that would take a very long time. Maybe I'll kind of draw sketch doodles for it sometime. But yeah, and then like when I was getting all when I was like, you what? She started like kind of bringing up the Squidward and SpongeBob thing where it's like, Squidward, I used your clarinet to unclog my toilet. That was like literally my experience today. And at least I haven't been putting my mouth on it. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. She could have been using like my hairbrush or something. God. My feather duster. It's pink. The hat done. Thank God. Ugh. I don't want to eat it. Modern problems require modern solutions. Do they though? Do they really? Are you sure? Because I don't think that was necessary. It was! Laura quotes that Vine a lot, or I just gotta read it. The one with the lipstick in the white bag is Sleepy Henry / Edward's response. It really is. It really, really is. It's like when I respond to stuff, I kind of go like, and then like Laura will like quote that Vine a lot. She'll be like, lipstick in my Valentino bag. Pancakes. That's good. Henry's gonna have a similar issue with me. I don't like wearing hats because my hair's really poofy. But ew, has to wear it for uniforms. I have a question for the kind people watching this stream. Do you prefer waffles or pancakes? And if you prefer waffles, what kind of waffles? Because there are different kinds. I want to hear your answers. You've never had a waffle? How, that's oh. My hair could be a feather duster. Okay, I think I'm done with the lines. And now I can move on to colors. Raspberries, that sounds good. You have like some powdered sugar on it. Mmm. Yes, waffles because they're full of little holes for my chocolate chips and blueberries. Yes, you get it, exactly. It's like they're just good. Waffles are, the pancakes are alright, but waffles are where it's at. Also lemon. I don't know if you saw earlier, but there's. Okay, I think I'm ready to move on to color. Yay! Skin. Okay, so I'll do this one at a time. Let's start making caramel. Oh yeah, okay, there's the base. The guts, my man. Come get your mans. Sweater. He is. I just drew him how God intended. You drew him so dummy thick, like I said. How God intended. I'm just here to spread the truth. Lemon, have you seen him from behind, like my references I was drawing him with? Because if you just saw him from the front and you thought he was dummy thick, I have some news for you. Eh, yeah, you don't have to. It's just, it's natural. Oh, one thing I love about your Henry is his eyes. They are so special, like emeralds and smoky quartz. Yeah, yeah, I like his. I got the idea because his engine is like a hybrid, and I was like, oh, well, what if like there's a bunch of different aspects about him that are like combinations. So that's how you have like vitiligo and the eyes and his race and yeah. It's 4 p.m. foodie. You should be eating earlier. Yas, I was like intense eyes emoji. Good. Just making sure. If Henry was a teen, could I date him? Wait, why are... His socks shouldn't be this color. Ooh, maybe he likes the color mint. He has like matching underwear sets. Do you mean bad guy like the song from Yonder over Wander? However that title goes? Or is it like something else? If Henry was a member of the Crystal Gems, what gemstone would he be? I've gotten like a drawing request for that before, and they placed Henry as Lapis. So Lapis, I guess. If I had to choose, kind of hard. Not sure. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Lapis because she's really afraid of the diamond coming back. And she's kind of edgy and gloomy sometimes. Why is that a dark color? Oh, okay, gotcha. Hi, Will. Is it weird that people draw with black lines, but not much in reality has them? That's kind of a topic of art debates. It's kind of a topic in art class. People draw lines because they represent the like edges, like what we perceive as an edge. But yeah, reality doesn't have lines, so when you're doing like observational drawing, they'll tell you not to try to have like kind of as light line work as possible. I see the Scottish twins as being the Rutile twins for some reason. What do you guys think? I agree with that. I've seen that headcanon before, and I think it's fitting. Either that or Bill and Ben, maybe. But yeah. How are you, Henry? I am well. I'm kind of tired, but that's just my default state. So, and of course, I had a nicely timed yawn come in right there. I feel like I've got to sneeze. I've been sneezing a lot today. How can Edward tell Bill and Ben apart? Is it the same mysteries way that Duck can tell Donald and Douglas apart? Pretty much. He just has a knack for it. Henry's sneeze, more like Henry's sneezes. I've sneezed like several times today. I think it's just hay fever, but oh my gosh. Henry was feeling stuffed up. That's all good. And yeah. Can you imagine if he just walked around like this? No shirt, just his overalls. James can fit in a cupboard. Can he fit in a Minecraft barrel or chest? Probably a chest. But only if it's like 2 squares. Round chest. Yes, I am very sleepy. It's my default state of being, but I am extra sleepy right now for some reason. I took a nap. I shouldn't be tired. I have like a millionaire's frap, whatever the heck that is. So I know that has like coffee in it, so I think it had coffee in it. So I should be like awake. Should be awake, my guys. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to a day out with Thomas? Yes, I have. I've been to a couple, and they're always really fun. Yeah, she's not just sleepy Henry, she is exhausted Henry. Yep, that sums it up. I'm in my front room, about to play Minecraft. Have fun. Oh, that's unfortunate. If I'm a teen, if I ask my parents, they'll tell me to grow up. I'm sorry to hear that. That's lame. I have to be honest, your blog has helped me feel helped make me feel better about myself. I suffer with a lot of allergies, bad asthma, and skin psoriasis. The A has made me feel not so alone anymore. Thanks, Henry. You are welcome. That's one of the goals of my like what I do. So it's not always nice to hear that. Oh, Henry, and I'm assuming you meant your voice would be perfect for doing Reddit videos. What do you mean? And what are Reddit videos? You have to explain. People who read from Reddit. But like what kind of stuff? Like what would I be reading? Thomas fandom meetup at Day Out with Thomas. Yes, that's in my opinion I think that's like the best place for it. People talk about the Talon, but it's like, nah. I don't think that'd be a good one. My little sister says that your Henry is so fat, but I don't judge of that because the reason why I am is because I am the same body shape as Henry but more hourglass. Good. Show your little sister's boss. Henry is beautiful and so are you. Well, if she says he's so fat, just ask, so what? What about it? Hi, Connor, you are not too late. I want to get started on James, but I might switch to James for a while, because it's tedious. And James has, like, more cleaning up to do. Yeah, Henry has more for Gordon to love. Yes, they are called love handles for a reason. That's always been my mentality. Also, you don't have to call me Foodie, you can call me Jake. Okay, I will remember that. I'm bad with names, so I just tend to call people by what their username is. I'm sorry to hear that. I tried running Minecraft on my other computer. I thought it would run it better, but it really didn't. So, I guess I'm just stuck with this one. F. Nah, I'm sorry, I don't know how to help. I don't know how to help you there. I'm not too recent with Minecraft stuff. One time, my brother looked over my shoulder and saw the Tumblr post of James crushing a watermelon with his legs, and my brother said, "They drew your hair wrong," and nearly died. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's whenever someone's like, "Oh, my family so and so saw your post over my shoulder," it's like it's weird to me that my art and my content is like, I forget that, you know, you can just it's weird, but I forget that like you can like see it and show other people. The concept of someone like taking my art and like showing it to someone else and being like, "Hey, look at this," is, or even accidentally, is just really wild to me. Or I've heard someone say like, "Oh, I had this drawing, your drawing saved on my phone," and I'm like, "What?" It's weird. It's weird remembering that like my art isn't just like, I'm not just throwing it out into the abyss. Yeah, that's kind of an example. Ah. Well, do you? I was just shocked you look like James. Do you look like James? I mean, who wouldn't want to look like James? Good point. Don't let him hear you say that, though. It will go to his head. Okay, I think we're good. forgot. Oh, I forgot the shirt. And the hats. Oh, God. I feel like this is not that entertaining, but I can switch to James for a while if this is getting boring. What you do if people cosplayed your AU? I might want to. Oh, I would love it. It's like kind of been like a dream of mine. I don't want to say dream because it's not like I have been dreaming it my whole life, but I would love if someone cosplayed from my AU. I would love it. I would be all for it. I am 100% entertained. Same. Okay. Cool. I bought a blue denim waistcoat, so I might do one of the blue trio. Ooh. Blue denim waistcoat. Kind of sounds like Thomas. Could be Edward. Could be Gordon too. Now over blue. I'll have what looks like waistcoats. I might cosplay as James if I have the right things to make it happen. Please go for it. I would love it. Who is the least crazy person in your AU? Probably. God, probably either Duck or Edward. It's just. I'm trying to think. I want to say maybe Duck because I keep thinking of Edward in Hunt the Truck when he's like, "Oh, you may be you may be the best at hiding trucks, but no one can find trucks better than me." Oh, it's like it was. I don't know. Hello, Caledonian Engines. I see on Twitter you like the GIF I did of Henry's model saying Sleepy Henry is. Yes, I did. I like that. I could totally cosplay your version of Sir Handel. I could just put my hair in a bun. Do it then! I would love to see it. Connor, I've also had someone tell me that my Ryan looks like you, so I'll manage to do Femme Gordon because I'm femme. Go for it. I'd like to see that too. I would love to see any rendition, really. Hi, Knapford fan 23. Welcome to the stream. Oh? Uh, yeah, it was a while ago, but it was when you and I weren't on great terms. So I asked the person like to like delete the post because I didn't want them comparing my art to someone who'd like insulted me. But we're on good terms now, so it's all good. Thoughts on Lay? Um, you're gonna have to remind me on who that is. I'm assuming it's an international engine. Okay, so I'm drawing Henry with a button-up shirt here because he doesn't usually wear it, but like he does, you know, if he needs to for like formal occasions or something, he'll wear it, and also like in the summer. The Chinese boxcar. Well, the fact that that doesn't really help me probably means that just kind of. I mean, I think if it's who I'm thinking of, then actually, I don't know. I'd have to like see the video. They were, you know, I'm sure she was cute. Probably just not that memorable, given that I can't remember who she was. Ah, so Liza, okay. Yeah, the fact that I am getting that wrong, forgettable, I guess. I have seen the Chinese episodes, but it's been a while, and if it wasn't very forgettable or it wasn't very memorable, then you know, there wasn't any of the Chinese characters that I like disliked, so I probably liked them. I liked the coaches that Thomas pulled for a while. Okay, this can just go. I feel like Gordon did not take this much time to like draw. I don't know why Henry feels like it's been taking forever. Maybe because I had to redraw him. So all this is like just do-overs. Or maybe I'm just impatient. Because I don't usually do kind of full references like this. This. How would Thomas traveling around the world go down in your AU? I've kind of thought about that. At the moment, um, I don't really have a solid idea. I've kind of thought that he. Oh no, actually, I did have like an idea. Oh, hang on, let me try to remember it. It's been a while. I had it that he, like, Ace came to Sodor, and hang on, just give me a second, guys. I had it that, like, Ace came to Sodor, and he basically kind of like, oh, I'm gonna travel the world, and he's like, oh, okay, and he's like, oh, hey, you know, something like, can I come with you? And I think Ace was like, oh yeah, sure, mate, but he like didn't really take responsibility and just like took Thomas with him. I can't remember. Local child accidentally gets on boat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what happens. And I can't just remember if I had it was like I guess yeah, he travels around the world. I like the idea of him like taking a year off and just going on a trip around the world, but there's not as much drama in that, so I don't know. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it because local child accidentally gets on boat. That's good. Hi, Steam Attack. It's all Ace's fault, really. Yes, yes it is. Hate that toy car. It's like a Hot Wheels. Does Mattel own Hot Wheels? I'm surprised they like wouldn't make a special edition Ace version. Yes, Mattel owns Hot Wheels. Then, yeah, like I said, I'm surprised they wouldn't do like a special edition. See, Ace would like, I guess, probably technically commit kidnapping, but then he like denies responsibility. He's like, "Oh, I just said he could like tag along. You know, I didn't say, you know, like he's not responsible for him." I do not like that man. That cover. I think Hayden pointed this out at Half Baked Tex 8, but his head is like, his face is like perfect height just to perfect height to kick, and I would love to see someone just kick Ace, kick him in the nose. Foreign Australian kidnaps small child and takes them on a pointless adventure across the globe. Yeah, that's it, pretty much. I don't know how Thomas traveling without like a passport. Well, I guess he'd probably have a passport, but like traveling to all these countries just without like proper documents. I don't know how that translate into you know, maybe like Ace is in like the whole racing thing. They get kind of like, that's already kind of a pre-established, kind of like pre-passed thing going on. Like, oh, they don't need to like do a whole lot of checks at the borders because they're part of this organization and it's been pre-approved, sort of thing. And then Ace just like smuggles Thomas along. Maybe that's how that works. So not only does he like take a child, but he like smuggles him across the border. Yeah, that sounds great. He traveled illegally. Pretty much. Thomas escapes border control. Yeah. Oh my god. I think it was last summer. There was a whole running joke of like me trying to escape border control because like I kept having issues at airports. God, that was something, all right. I legit wasn't almost wasn't allowed to come back into Britain last summer. Ace smuggles Thomas along. I'm just imagining Ace stuffing Thomas in a bag and taking him on a plane. Yeah. Sonic trailer, but that human is Ace and Thomas is Sonic! Oh my god. Yes. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say that myself. Meow. Oh god. Oh my god. No, Thomas would not want to. Don't do it, Thomas. Just imagine a drawn doodle of Thomas running from border control in America. Bad idea, Thomas. Bad idea. Welcome back, Orange Engine. Talking about traveling, when you gonna come back to Italy? You should come to Rome. I don't know. My mom wants me to travel to Europe while I'm here, but it costs money, and there's language barriers. But I would like to go back to Italy. I really liked Italy. Okay. I keep forgetting about things. I don't think I've taken my medication today. That's probably why. Okay. What I need to do is I still need to draw his like vitiligo reference. Yeah. Nope, need some underwear on. Okay. Oh, why are you shivering? I'll be back in a moment. I'm just gonna look at my sketchbook so I can look up my reference. No idea where the map sketchbook is. So I guess I'm gonna have to wing it. Okay, back on. Henry sure is chubby. All body types in this chat. Oh god, I don't know where my sketchbook went. Find it somewhere, because that has my reference for like his vitiligo. It's Henry, what do you expect? Wait. Actually, I don't know if you're talking about me or the character. Oh god, I know I have like a reference for it, but it's gonna bug me. I can't do this unless I have my reference. I'm just gonna skip this. Okay. This is just like basically brought out. Where is he gonna go? What? I don't know why the I don't if unless everyone's experiencing that problem, I wouldn't know why this stream's being. Do you have a Switch, Sleepy? I do. I don't have a subscription though, so I don't think I can play online with people. Welcome back, Jake. Okay. What's Charlie's backstory for the AU? I don't have a ton, but I have that he was also like an orphan. Is like also being fostered, like most of the other kids. I can't remember. I think his parents. I can't remember exactly like what happened to his parents, but he is a little genius. I it seems like most people don't really like Charlie, but I'm quite fond of him. So, you know, I like him, so I would like working with him. Oh, you're kidding me? Wait, never mind, it's fine. Yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot for Charlie's backstory at the moment. It's written down somewhere, but he's 12. Me neither, I just wanted to send you the friend code. Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead. How would a shed for Edward? A shed word for Edward look in your AU? Oh, this is something else I've like thought about, but then I've forgotten. I'm not sure yet because, you know, James like lives with him, so I'm not sure how that will work. But I do like the idea of like the whole scene where he's like exhausted and like asleep and almost runs into Percy, being that he was like driving and basically, yeah, it's just driving, and then like, was it Philip? I think Philip. It's like running up next to him. He's like, Edward, wake up, please! And Edward just fell asleep at the wheel. That's basically how that went. I don't know how like the whole James crashing into everything works yet. I am working on it. There we go. Now it's starting to come together a little better. He was tired. He fell asleep at the wheel because he was like exhausted. I have also fallen asleep at the wheel, so I know how it be. Yeah. All you see is Philip running down the platform. Edward! Pretty much. Probably. Wrong button. I'd love to see how Old Iron plays out. Maybe James faints in the cab as something sarcastic due to being taken ill. How I have kind of two ideas for how Old Iron plays out. One involves like the train, the engines, but one of them doesn't. The one that involves the engines is pretty much how it plays out in the show. But it's Edward who is like the people who like get the engine under control is Edward, while James like drives his engine. Very impressive. Shuts James up for a while. But the one that's not an engine is yeah. But the idea at the moment is that like they're on they're on roller skates, and James is like trying to show off. Thinks like, oh yeah, I'm good at roller skates, but then he like ends up going down a hill at like super high speed, and he doesn't know how to stop. And he's not wearing a helmet because he's an idiot. And yeah, he's not wearing a helmet. And yeah, you can imagine how the rest goes. So Edward has to like speed up, get by him, and then he's like, "Here, James, take my helmet," and then he like grabs James and like tumble rolls into the grass so they don't like crash onto the actual street. Yeah, but it's kind of, you know, it's intense in its own way. I don't know what kind of area would have such a hill, but when I think of hills like the San Francisco hills, and those are hilly. Those are big hills. It doesn't even need to be that big of a hill. It can be just any kind of hill to get out of control. Be safe when roller skating, kids. I'm surprised no one's gonna ask me like allowed to elaborate on having fallen asleep behind the wheel before. Favorite Thomas season? Not counting the classic ones, because those are, to me, they're kind of like in their own realm. Probably season 19. I'd have to check which episodes are in that, but I really like it. Okay, a little better now. A little better. Oh. Ooh. Hope you didn't get too. I didn't fall asleep for very long, thankfully. It was like I was really kind of trying to fight it off, and then like I just kind of dozed off a little bit. But the car behind me, like flashed its brights because it was nighttime. It flashed its brights and it reflected in my mirror. But it's like, by the time they did that, they were like when I kind of opened my eyes again, I was like kind of. I wasn't like off the road, but I was kind of heading in that direction, and I was going by a like almond field kind of deal. So there's a bunch of trees. So yeah, you can imagine why that would be bad. Why is this being difficult? Oh. What is your question? Oh, okay. Keep getting caught up in details. Are any of the AU humans furries? I've gotten this question before, a very, very long time ago. I'm not sure. I'd have to think. I could. People have kind of joked that like Duck being a furry because he likes cats and everything. I don't really know for sure though. Hi, JC. Don't know if I pronounced that right. I could see Henry being a furry, I guess. I don't really know why him in particular, but you know, I don't know what kind of animal he'd be a fan of. How's Laura? I think she's fine. She's in the living room. It's the Great Western way or the wrong way, and if you choose the wrong way, Duck won't hesitate. No, he will not. It's the Great Western way or the wrong way. Oh, I love Duck. I can't wait to draw him his reference. I can't help but kind of laugh when I get the kind of comments like, "Oh, you made Henry kind of chubby," because I'm just thinking like, if you think Henry's chubby, it's like, you got Duck and Percy coming up, and they're like way pretty chubbier than Henry. Honey, you got a big storm coming. Duck and Percy are thick but beautiful. You don't need to add a butt. You can. It's like they're beautiful, just straight up. They're thick and beautiful. That's no problem. It's a common saying. The only time he hesitated was the Thomas way because he didn't want to beat Thomas with his cane. Yeah, it sounds about right. Don't wanna beat a child with your cane, Duck. Not a good idea. Even if he did choose the wrong way. Oh, it's raining. Nice. Oh my god. Oh, I I didn't realize it. Realize his head was just cut off. Whoops. Oh, I miss Wales. I like Wales. Okay, there's another one done for now. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. I'm very sleepy. I don't get it though. I took a nap. I shouldn't be sleepy. Not fair. I can't win. Why does Vinny want to hide that he's Canadian? Well, he's not really. But I have the, like, he doesn't bring up that he was, like, born in Canada on, like, a vacation trip kind of thing. Because, you know, he's like, America! And it's, you know, it's like, it's supposed to be, like, an all-star American, and being born in Canada is not very cash money. So, yes, I am named Sleepy Henry. I guess I just doomed myself with that one. Okay. Okay, there is Henry's reference for now. Okay, cool. Henry's reference for now. The front, anyway. And that will be that. Favorite video game? Let's see here. Hang on, let me just check this real quick. Kind of hard. I really like The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I'm replaying it. I've been replaying. Wow, Gordon looks different. What? What do you... favorite video game? Probably Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, because I really like it and I'm replaying it for the nth time. But also World of Warcraft. I've been playing that since probably for almost 10 years now. What is Carolyn like in your AU? Okay, I drew something for this ages ago. I really someone suggested a ship between her and Trevor, and it's kind of cute, so I liked it. Just kind of grumpy old lady kind of thing. The red still says Gordon's name. Ref. It says Henry reference up here. Oh, do you mean like that? Oh, I see it now. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I needed to double check how to spell his last name. Something like that. Guess I could change these. God, how old is he? I think 38. I don't know if that spelling is, but that can go for now. Okay. I come up with the last names. So it's either kind of if I can, I'll try to kind of come up with something punny or referencing it. But usually, what I do is I just look up the character, what race they are, and I look up kind of common last names and different places are for different ethnicities. But also meanings of names. It takes me a while. I've changed the names quite frequently. I can't remember what Thomas's last name is, but I really like that one. I really like the one I gave him, even though I can't remember it right now. Oh no, it's Vaishnavi, I think. Yeah, something like that. I think it's really pretty. Henry, I can't remember what Lee means, but Fienza means, like, flower, I think. It's like, supposedly it means flower, or like flowers. It's an Italian last name. I spent 2 hours coming up with my James' name and then immediately forgot it, but I made him a sim so I can find it later. Good plan. Good plan. Do you think into how he was probably born in Wales? I don't know. I really like the idea of history being kind of a mystery, and like no one knows where he came from, kind of thing. But maybe, I mean, if he did kind of like an ancestry test. Wait, hang on. Oh, I can't. I need to look it back up. I can't remember if he knows he was born in Wales, but he doesn't know like his ancestry. I think he was born in Wales, and then like his mom like left him. I want to say that's how that went, but I do like the idea of him like doing like somehow finding out, and he's like, "I'm Welsh." It's just funny. But I like Percy's like being kind of like a mystery child. That's a first. Alright, that is this reference there. Okay. I could see Percy doing in like a DNA ancestry thing and like finding out that he's like pretty much completely Egyptian and being, or I can start filling in Henry's back, like the back side, or I can switch to James for a little while. Let me know what you guys think. I see that being a doodle. Okay, Mr. Ferris, the results are in. You're Welsh. I'm Welsh! Oh, that'd be great. It's like part of the fun is that, you know, he's a mystery child, but, you know, maybe it's like kind of a non-canon thing or in the future. I diagnose you with Welsh. Okay, so I got one vote for James. And he's... Percy tells Scarlet. Yes, yeah, bloody crack. I'm like, you guys know. Percy's mom is still alive, so there's totally potential that, you know, hypothetically, she could come back and be like, Percy, I am your mother. To be like, oh, okay. Hi. When Laura looked over my shoulder earlier and saw, like, you know, my drawing of Henry here, she was like, ooh, back that thing up. Henry would be an excellent cuddler. He is an excellent cuddler. Just ask Gordon. He could. I want Gordon to hug me and break all of my bones. He definitely could. But he wouldn't. Because he's nice sometimes. Okay. Oh, good. See, I need my reference for his vitiligo because most of it is like kind of on his back, and that's like a lot of it is on his back. But I can't remember exactly like how it goes. Then again, I've heard that vitiligo can change, like the patterns and stuff. So, but yeah, it's like wow. Actually, what if I have an idea? There we go. I think that's good. Yep, that's what his vitiligo looks like, guys. That's his natural pigment. Okay, fun fact about the whole loss thing. Laura has like some moles on her arm, like little freckles, and he has like she has some like moles, freckle things on her arms, and I swear it looks like loss, except like just one part is missing, but it totally looks like loss. Like I will draw on her arm sometimes to add in like the missing dot to make it loss. So, what does vitiligo ever reach up into his hair? He and Gordon could be hair streak boyfriends. Oh, I hadn't thought about that actually. It's an idea. It changes. Vitiligo apparently can change, so maybe, yeah, at some point it goes up into his hair and he gets like a weird streak kind of looking thing, and he's like, oh. And Gordon's like, hey, you like me. May I have cuddles from James and Henry? Yes, you may. In your AU, does Henry go to the hospital after the flying kipper and get a new shape where it's like an organ transplant? Because that would be a nice thing to add about Henry's character. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly at the moment. I can't remember what I have to the quote besides just going to the hospital, but you could. Yeah. Maybe I'm trying to think of like got like a kidney transplant. I don't know. If any, he definitely had to go to the hospital though and get like some, get some work done. It makes it sound like he's getting like a plastic surgery. How may I receive the cuddles? If you hug like some pillows, just pretend it's them. Hi, what do you need?
Marker pen?
For that?
Yeah.
I think it might be on the cardboard. It's around here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Trash. 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 That's the trash song. Me and Laura sing it when we take out recycling or something. It probably makes less sense if you couldn't hear her part. Trash! 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 Trash!
You're welcome, whoever Brown is streaming with.
A couple people. I've got a little audience.
Yeah, all of them. takes a lot to shoot the bend without.
Steam Attack says, "Oh hi, Laura."
He's so sweet.
Steam Attack.
Oh.
So that's the human Henry in the Dark covered. How would Henry sees red go? I need to see the episode because I don't know what that is. What's the episode Henry sees red about? Thank you, thank you. We practice every day. Bye, Lemon. Thank you. Basically, Henry has to go around in a red undercoat for the whole day because he was called in Ticket Terminal. Oh, okay. I guess, honestly, I could see that still being the engine that's a pretty easy one where like the engine has the undercoat and like he has to drive, like a red engine for a while, but could also be that he like, I don't know, maybe his shirt or something, he washes it with a red sock, and so he has like, well no, he's red, not pink. I don't know. That's probably just B is like the engine. I am still so glad to be able to have Henry in the Dark like taken care of. That had been bugging me forever, and now it's done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I know how it works. Yeehaw! Mint suits him well. Thank you. I like to think it does too. Let's see. How do you keep deleting worlds? Jake. Oh, that's that's did you give Henry freckles here or just a trickle of white paint? It's a vitiligo. I still need to add more like over here. I still need to add more to. Why isn't this? I still need to add more like over there. But this was just loss. Yeah, I know loss is a dead meme. I know it's a dead meme, but it's timeless. And it's based on some freckles Laura has that kind of like loss. Where can I find your Henry the Dark AU? Well, I didn't mean like done like I've drawn for it, but I made a thread on Twitter yesterday on like how I would adapt it, and I would like to draw for it eventually, but I meant like done like, oh, I figured it out, because it had been vexing me for a long time. Like, how the heck would that work? So I don't think I've brought this up on Twitter yet, but I was thinking, because I want to do these references for at least all of the famous 8, and I was thinking they're kind of, they look pretty nice. I was thinking maybe I would compile them, because it's at least 8 pages, and I'm going to do like there's kind of 2 sets for each, so that's like 16 pages. It wouldn't be very long, but I was thinking about kind of compiling them into a little kind of like book, and I wouldn't publish it because I just no. But, just for myself, a little art book. Thought it'd be nice to kind of see them all printed out and everything. See what happens. Henry stabs James for kissing Gordon. Oh, he wanted to. Edward better not find out, or Henry better not find out what Edward did. I was thinking before I sign off today, I'm thinking about showing you guys kind of like a little work in progress I'm doing, this little comic involving Henry and Thomas. It's still in its sketch stages right now, but it's just, kind of something on the back burner, I guess that is how that phrase goes. So if you guys are interested, I might show you a little bit about it. All I can imagine is Henry buys glow-in-the-dark shampoo by accident and he scares everyone on the night shift. Make for a good Halloween episode. I think there's stuff you can buy to like dye your hair. That'll make it glow in the dark. Is it still alright for the 3 ideas for the gift? Yeah, that's fine, Jake. The back is so much easier to draw than the front. Not necessarily to draw, but to color in, because there's a lot less detail. How long have I been streaming? Two and a half hours? Yeah. So, whoa, it's kind of a long time. Seems like this connection's kind of sketchy at the moment. It's sketchy for a while, I just didn't notice. I don't know why, but probably gonna sign off kinda soon. Do you and Laura will do another Thomas movie live reaction? We'd like to. We had a lot of fun that one time. So we would definitely like to. Just a matter of like which movie. And which movie, so don't get copyrighted. and also just, you know, when she feels up for it. Edward would probably buy it at one point as a teen for a party get. Yeah, Edward probably bought a lot of interesting stuff as a teen. You may take that how you like. The Great Discovery. I don't think either of us have seen that one, so I don't know. Could do. We might have it on DVD somewhere. I want to say that's. I want it done. Favorite fan series. Not too huge into fan series. Like I like a couple. You know, I like seeing any. You know, I like kind of whatever. I'm not particularly into them, and at least not enough to really say I have a favorite. They're all good. Um, I guess it's kind of a common answer, but I think like Enterprising Engines '93. His series is kind of good, but that's also like the only one that I've watched a lot of. I don't see like a whole lot of. I remember like on Twitter a while ago I was like, oh, anyone got any suggestions for like fan series to watch? And I didn't really get any responses, and I was like, okay. So it's like I don't really know where to look, and it's like sometimes I'll see them on my feed, but I'll be like busy or just, you know, like not in the mood. And so I don't watch a whole lot of fan series. I'm open to suggestions. I think part of it is that I'm not huge into fan series that have to do with like when they're still trains, because at least just from what I see, the stories usually don't differ a whole lot from the canon, and sometimes they're good, but sometimes it can feel a little boring. It's just really not my thing. But if there's like a fan series that like was that like as humans, or you know, like a little different, you know, that's something I might you know, look at. But there's not a whole lot of diversity with fan series in this fandom, so at least that I've seen. Favorite collaboration. I don't pay attention enough. General Thomas content creators can count. Sure, you've seen Cynic Unreal Story on Rebecca and Ryan that the German of Soda are Depid. Well, yeah, I've seen that one. I helped write that one. I didn't know. I figured I probably shouldn't say something like I contributed to. I do like Jerome's adaptions. I just don't see very much because I'm kind of ignorant and like blind. Not blind, but I'm kind of oblivious to a lot of what fans do. Part of that is because I'm not particularly by a lot of fans, so I just kind of, at this point, I just kind of try to mind my own business, and so I don't seek out fan content a whole lot, because it's like a guessing game whether or not that person is like would want my, you know, like want me to, I don't know, want my company or anything. It's like, you know, I've reached out to the fandom before, and it's like with what I do and draw, I don't always get a very welcome response. So at this point, I'm just kind of like, all right, I will keep to myself. Yeah, I don't see any series. I haven't really seen any series on YouTube that have the engines as humans either. That's what I mean. There isn't a ton of diversity when it comes to like fan series in this fandom. Let's see. What did he have? Oh, it's bright. So I have him base, middle, and top, and half epaulets. Okay. I need to make some notes on what I need to add still. So that's Henry pretty much done. Just apart from like details and stuff. Okay, so scale him next to Brian. So there, James is still a work in progress, but there is the Ass Trio. Looking fine. Okay. Considering your contribution to one of Steam Attack's collabs, have you watched Phineas and Ferb at all? Yes, I have. Sorry, I don't know why it took me so long to answer that. Yes, I have. I like Phineas and Ferb. That's what makes yours unique and interesting, and your art is amazing. Thank you. What makes mine unique and interesting? So, I think I'm going to sign off soon, but before I do, I will open the James one and work on that just for a little while, because, you know, it's James. James. Just need to work on his hand and his face a little bit, but you know, for the most part, I can start coloring him a little bit. AK, the best character in the show. Pretty sure everyone here wants to kiss his break fan. Yeah, who doesn't? James has entered the stream. Oh, this is where the I originally just had like Caboose, and then like someone was watching me draw, and they're like, oh, is it gonna say Kiss My? And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then it's like Kiss My Brake Van, and that's where the joke came from. Good times had by all. The depth of your animation, the characters' backgrounds, and generally how you make stories run so fun and plausible. Thank you. Despite what some people on Twitter may like to think, I do put a lot of work into what I do. And yeah. And I do care. Quite a bit. Such diverse character designs as well. Thank you. That's something I take pride in, is that, look unique. I think his arm there is a little long. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note. You bring the original essence out of the characters and smack them boys on incredible. Thank you. I'm blushing. I saw that message, Magic of the Rails. What part of Ink James is from? Let me check. I have it written down. Let me just go Google. Top secret project that I have the information in. He is from, yeah, at the moment I have that he's from Madrid. What would you say are your biggest design influences? Honestly, I don't know. There's this piece of fan art that I saw in late 2015 that like really inspired me to start drawing my own designs. But apart from that, I just kind of look up like, driver outfits. My inspiration really just comes from the show. I really, really do try to stay true to the. I really do try to stay true to the characters, and like just, and to the show. They're train drivers, It's like when I was struggling with Henry's design, I looked up jackets because I'm drawing a jacket, but I looked up images of him for inspiration. It's like I really do try to keep it as true and have it resemble the content source material as much as possible. But also kind of like I've been told that my designs are kind of similar to what are they called? Marching bands, more like marching band kind of looks, which I would say is not inaccurate. Can't decide if he should have like dark underwear or if he'd have like bright ass red stuff. You're honestly a huge inspiration to me. Thank you. I keep just saying thanks, but really it really does mean a lot, and you know, makes me smile, and that real big. I saw that, Christopher. I don't know if you still want me to answer it or not, but how diverse is Topham's range of uniforms? Do you mean for himself or for his drivers? Yeah, I've been streaming for. I just realized you've been streaming for 3 hours. Yes, yes, I have. I'm gonna stop kind of soon because I'm tired, but you know. Henry, I look up to you as well as a person. Alright, thank you very much. For the drivers, he has a pretty range wardrobe. James probably has the most. He has a uniform that he was like kind of assigned, but he just chooses not to wear it because he's James, and he says it doesn't flatter him enough. Be bothered to get refunds. Nope. I can imagine James spending more than half an hour just to choose each uniform each morning. Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, this is kind of like the outfit he wears day to day, but you know, on a day when like here he can kind of choose, like just to go out to the store or something. Yeah, you know, he takes his time. If Willy Wonka ever produced everlasting hair gel, James would probably get it. Oh yeah, you know he would. Speaking of hair gel, I don't know, this kind of just made me think. I like to have some parallels between James and Edward. Just kind of various parallels. One being that, like, because, you know, you do think they're pretty different, but then in some ways like to think that they're more similar than you might realize. And in one way, how I do it is that they both use hair, it's simple, but they both use hair gel. Only James styles his, like, up, and Edward styles his down, because he has naturally curly hair. What does he even look like with flat hair? I mean, he has curly hair, but it doesn't like stand up like that just naturally, you know. Yeah, it's cursed. You don't want to see. He said that's what he'd say. He says it's like cursed. You don't want to see him with flat hair. Funny to see James with flat hair. It's like you know, when he just came out of the shower, that'd be a good opportunity. You can see the cursed James. I need to look up some like other drawings of James I've done. I did a little model sheet from a while ago, but I need to look up because I can't remember I if I made his hips big enough here or not. I need to like cross check it with my other drawings. I was like, I think so, but I'm not sure. So and it's like if they are supposed to be bigger, then oh my god. Favorite animated movie. That is a tough one. Oh, I'm really not sure. There's so many. Oh, I don't know. There's too many to pick from. I really like Watership Down, and apparently I've liked that since I was like young, like a little kid. If you don't know what Watership Down is, it's kind of a gruesome. I mean, it's not all gruesome, but it has some gruesome scenes, and it's about rabbits. When I was younger, I called it owie bunnies, apparently. But I really liked it, still do. It has a chill vibe. I don't recommend looking it up if you can't handle gore, though. I'll just let you know right away. Oh yeah, I forgot that they did like a recent CGI one. I haven't seen it, but I saw a trailer for it and it doesn't look all that great. In my opinion at least. I really like the animated one though. Is anyone in your AU 16, gay, and single? I'm trying to think. Oh, I'd have to check. Maybe one of the kids. Rajiv, maybe? I don't know. I feel like my answers to questions just aren't that interesting. I feel like I give boring answers. Sorry, guys. God, that's a bright red. Thank you, Milan. Appreciate that. Which of your humanizations is your favorite? Well, design-wise, I really like James because he's really fun to design. He's red, he's bright, it's fun. Personality, well, actually, that's even kind of tied with Duck. James and Duck are probably my favorite. I like Edward too, but I like them all. But James and Duck are probably at the top of my list. Hi, Anthony. If James wasn't dating Edward, who would he date? Douglas. I have like a alternate AU where like the ships are kind of were switched around a bit, and James is with Douglas. Gotta go. It's pizza time. Bye, Emiliano. Enjoy your pizza. Okay, I think that's a good place. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's the Henry reference. This is kind of a little idea I had. This was... When was this? So this was like... This kind of idea I had was more of like... This would be before, like when Thomas was just kind of starting to get a crush on Ryan. I think I wanted the idea for Henry to give Thomas a haircut. Oh, thanks for hosting this stream, Henry. Sorry I came in kind of late. Okay. I might stream tomorrow. Anyway, I just like the idea of like Henry giving Thomas a haircut. I'd like, I don't know. It's been cutting out. Okay. Oh my gosh. We need to focus. What was I saying? Oh, this idea I had for comic was it started with Henry giving Thomas a haircut, but. And I was, just want to kind of try that. And it's like Henry kind of being a dad. And it's kind of like when Thomas was getting a crush on Ryan, and he's like, everyone's been saying I like him, and it's made things so awkward between us. And he's like, well, do you like him? And he's like, oh, what? No. And, Henry kind of like gives him some advice and talks to him and stuff. And I just really, honestly, I just wanted to draw Henry kind of like tussling Thomas's hair because it's cute. Yeah, so that's that. What would be a funny humanized version of a Thomas? See if you can make one. I think the funniest would be Busy Going Backwards, where Toad learns to drive a car and crashes it. I don't know. There's a lot I want to do, honestly. There's a lot. Anyway, so there's that. This all looks so good. Thank you. If it's been glitching out, if when I end the stream, you can go rewatch it. It should be smooth. Like when you can rewatch it and check anything you missed. But anyway, I don't have an outro. George asked me the other day, like, you have an outro? And I'm like, no. But yeah, thanks for attending my stream, guys. It was lots of fun. Got stuff done. Nice. So thank you, and I might stream tomorrow or later this week because, enjoy it, and I don't have this week off pretty much. But thank you for coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe because everyone says that after my video. But yeah, so